Zacks Rank Buys, stocks with a short-term buy or strong buy recommendation. Now, here are more Zacks Rank Buys. Here are a couple of more momentum stock pick ideas for you with Mike Vodicka, our momentum stock analyst at Zacks.com. And one that you want to talk about right off the bat is a company called CGI Group. And they provide information technology and business process services, whatever the heck that means.
Yeah, it's a little bit little vague, but their consulting services they provide on an enterprise level. So to give you an example is if a company wanted to install a new accounting system or a new HR system, CGI Group would deploy a group of their consultants, their engineers to kind of do a custom job for that to help them get the new system integrated and then also totally customize it to fit the specifications of what they need. So
okay, custom business solutions.
That's right.
Okay.
They've been around since 1976, and in the world of technology, it's a fairly decent history right there.
Yeah.
And the market cap is $3.2 billion, so they're about a mid cap.
Okay.
Now the technology segment of the market has held up fairly well over the last year. On the hardware side, some companies have been hurt a little bit, but the consulting services, the application side, they've done okay, and we saw that show up in the company's second quarter earnings. Early August, their sales were flat year over year, really came in at $950 million, which is not a bad performance in this kind of environment right now. Mm-hmm. Of course, they had the nice earnings beat. They had earnings of 23 cents per share, 2 cents ahead of the consensus estimate. So that was nice. And then over the last year, they've beaten every single quarter. So they haven't had any misses, and that's definitely something attractive that investors are going to want to look for.
Cool.
Now, what I wanted to mention is that I thought was interesting, but one thing they said about their results is that they paid down a huge portion of their debt. They made $272 million paid down on their debt, so they only have $15 million outstanding. So that's a substantial
pay down.
Substantial pay down in that capacity. Estimates are up nicely. The current year is at 93 cents, and then the next year estimate is projecting 9% earnings growth, so they have a nice longer-term picture there as well. In terms of valuations, this is a fairly inexpensive stock. It's only trading at 9 times projected current year earnings, so there's some value to go along with the momentum too. And then, of course, the last piece of the puzzle that we always talk about.
The picture.
The picture that tells 1,000 words.
Yep.
That's right. This stock took off with the market in early March. It bottomed out right about $6.50 or so, and then recently it's been pressuring the $11 level, so it's about up 100% in the last 6-5 months. But there's still value though, so there could be some more upside potential.
All right, and then there is Bancolumbia, CIB, the ticker symbol, and that's another one of your momentum picks. Which way is the momentum going here?
On this one, clearly higher.
Okay.
This is kind of an interesting company. It's a commercial bank out of Colombia. They've been around for a while, since 1945. They have close to 1,000 branches, and they have a market cap of $30 billion. So this is a serious operation down there.
Yeah.
At any rate, the Latin American story, there's been a lot of growth coming out of Latin America, and this definitely ties into that dynamic. It's a commodity producing powerhouse. They have chicken, beef, agriculture, energy under crude primarily. Mm-hmm. So that's really driving their middle class and producing nice economic growth. The company's second quarter earnings were pretty solid. They came in at 64 cents per share, was 4 cents ahead of the consensus. A couple of details on the earnings side. Their deposits are up 24%, so they're boosting their business and signing new customers up. And their commercial lending was pretty strong too. They had an increase in 17% in commercial lending year over year. So a couple of their key segments performed well.
Yeah, it just dawned on me when I asked you that question where the momentum is headed. We really wouldn't be talking about it if it was heading down. Okay.
Yeah, we like to focus on companies that are growing their earnings and their share price is headed higher. So yeah. And then after the nice quarter hit the street, estimates took a pretty big jump forward. The current year is up 58 cents to $2.84 per share. Valuation picture, it looks pretty solid. It's trading at 13 times projected current year earnings. That's a discount to the overall market. And then, of course, we've seen all the fundamentals show up on the chart. Just in the last, 6 months or so since March, we're looking at, again, share prices almost doubled, gone from 20 to right about 40. So it's kicked out some pretty nice gains.
Yeah, and do you own either of these two?
No, I don't.
All right, check out some more momentum stock picks that Mike has written about in the recent past on Zacks.com's homepage. When you get there, go to the upper right-hand corner of that homepage, and we have all of the investing categories listed for you. Click on the current headline that's next to the momentum category. Takes you to Mike's current stock that he's got his eye on, and then an archive of some stories on some others. With Mike Vodicka, I'm Terry Ruffalo.